Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Veterinary practitioners serving beef producers are faced with an ever-increasing rate of change, with an ever-expanding world of issues to connect on. That's why the KSU student chapter of American Association of Bovine Practitioners held a spring beef conference with a theme based around partners in production, establishing that vet-producer relationship. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Recently, a group of veterinary students held a spring beef conference at Kansas State's Stanley Stout Center in Manhattan, Kansas. This year's theme was Partners in Production, talking about the importance of establishing the vet-producer relationship. We spoke with an organizer of the event, who discussed the opportunity for students and producers to connect with well-rounded veterinarians.
So what we're doing here this afternoon is our annual Spring Beef Conference, and it's an opportunity for our students here in the College of Vet Med to network with food animal practitioners out in the state of Kansas. And also this conference in particular is a chance for us to learn what our producers that we're going to go to work for would like to see out of their veterinarians.
Kansas State University's College of Veterinary Medicine offers a wide variety of veterinary classes and courses that can help vet med students connect with private veterinarians as well as seasoned professors.
Throughout our experiences here at K-State, we kind of get to build a fairly wide knowledge base of practitioners that we know across the state practicing out in private practice as well as here at the university. And you just visit with those folks and they're more than happy to let you know who would be a good resource to go talk to as far as a private practitioner. And then you just start making phone calls and you start asking people what they want to hear, and then you try to give those clients what they want, because that's the business that we're going into.
The KSU Spring Beef Conference gathered a range of attendees who consisted of veterinary students from Kansas State, local producers, and experienced practitioners.
So our attendees here this afternoon range all the way from first-year veterinary students to seasoned food animal practitioners, university faculty, and sophomore, junior, and also a few senior veterinary students as well.
Choosing the topic for the conference was an important as well as personal matter for the student organizers, as it deals with the problems in the industry and their future careers as veterinarians.
The subject of the Spring Beef Conference usually changes a little bit from every year to year, but the general attitude of providing our future clients what they want and what they need out of their food animal veterinarian, that's a legacy that I hope that will be passed down through classes of all food animal veterinary students here at Kansas State.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Veterinarians treat disease, disorder, and injury in animals, and this includes diagnosis, treatment, and aftercare. The scope of practice can relate to specialty and experiences from most vets. On today's program, we discuss large animal care and important matters for future practitioners. Brian Spitzer is an experienced veterinarian, and he provided students with knowledge about the transition from vet school to practice at the KSU Spring Beef Conference. Take a look.
I kind of have 10 things outlined to help them better integrate from veterinary medicine in the vet school into the private practice. Just tips to how to get along, how to not make mistakes, and just be more productive.
Veterinarians must rely primarily on clinical signs, as animals are unable to vocalize symptoms as humans would. This makes work as a vet difficult, as found out by Brian and many years of his service in the field. Most of the topics brought up at the conference were from Brian's personal experiences as a practitioner.
These ideas are kind of personal experiences of myself and my journey from vet school to private practice, and also I've had several associates and some of the problems we've seen or challenges we've seen with them.
The majority of veterinarians are employed in private practice treating animals, about 75% of them in the United States, according to the American Veterinary Medical Association. Those who are large animal veterinarians often spend time traveling to see their patients at primary facilities that house them, such as zoos or farms. Other employers include charity treating animals, colleges of veterinary medicine, research laboratories, animal food companies, and pharmaceutical companies. In many countries, the government may also be an employer of a large amount of veterinarians, such as in the United States Department of Agriculture or the State Veterinary Service in the United Kingdom.
For one thing, new graduates need to be confident in their abilities, know what they know, and be able to tell somebody they don't know something, but they'll figure it out. Don't be afraid of not having the answer at the time, but know that they have the tools to find those answers. They know people they can call, they have colleagues they can consult with, but just knowing that they can get through it, they've got the tools they need, they just need to utilize what they've got.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Working your cattle just got easier. Introducing the new VetGun delivery system, a new way to apply topical insecticides to your cattle. The VetGun lets you remotely treat cattle with effective parasite control, so you can do it just walking among the herd. It's that simple. The proven topical insecticide AML VetCap is used with the VetGun. It works fast to control horn flies and lice while minimizing stress on your cattle. Fast, easy, effective. VetGun. Check with your animal health supplier for availability.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 5:50 a.m. on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Production medicine is concerned with determining the distribution and causes of status of animal health and animal populations, maintaining that health, and optimizing production. This definition comes from 1985 and is still prevalent today in farming society. Dr. Dave Rethorst is part of the Beef Cattle Institute at Kansas State University. Specializing in producer education, Dr. Rethorst recently spoke at the KSU Spring Beef Conference. Take a look.
Production medicine is being able to look at a livestock operation from a 30,000 head or a 30,000 foot view. It's more than the individual animal medicine. It's using the individual animals for sentinel animals for our diagnostics, but using that to be able to maintain the health and well-being of the entire population.
Dr. Rethorst completed the Beef Cattle Production Management Series at the Great Plains Veterinary Educational Center as part of his continuing education, where he tries to stay on the cutting edge of new information in the beef cattle industry. Dave's passions for veterinary medicine and the beef cattle industry continues to center around production medicine and efficient production of cattle in feed yards.
One of the best examples is an example where in preg checking a set of cows, on the cows coming with their third calf and older, there was about 11% open, about 13% that I had called late. The young man in charge of the operation thought that was very acceptable. I did not. I had him break it out real quick from the records that he had kept, and the majority of the open cows in that scenario were cows that were 3 years old, supposed to be pregnant with their third calf. You know, it didn't make sense that it was an infectious disease. As we broke it out and looked at it, it was management in the way those cows were fed after they calved. They were running with the mature cows, and the mature cows in a social dominance manner just kept those young cows back from the feed bunk, and those young cows didn't get enough protein or energy to breed back. So we had an unacceptable pregnancy rate. All we did to change it was to take those 3-year-olds the following year, run them with the 2-year-olds where they had better nutrition, and everything was fine.
From the Land of Kansas is a trademark program that helps Kansas businesses grow, produce, process, or manufacture Kansas products. Let's meet Morning Harvest Farm, nestled in the rolling hills of Harvey County. Owned and operated by Eric and Paula Sims, Morning Harvest Farm operates as naturally as possible. They use no hormones and no steroids in raising their livestock, which includes cattle, chickens, pork, and turkeys. Daily contact keeps the animals calm and leads to tender meat. The cattle are able to graze to maturity. Chickens have a portable hen house and take care of most of the pests. The eggs they lay have dark golden yolks. Fresh produce is available during the growing season. Artisan breads are available year-round. Visit www.morningharvestfarm.com for more information.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Pope. Here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center, utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Production medicine is concerned with determining the distribution and causes of the status of health in animal populations. Recently, a group of student practitioners held a KSU Spring Beef Conference at the Stanley Stout Center in Manhattan, Kansas. This year's theme was Partners in Production. Dr. Dave Rethorst is part of the Beef Cattle Institute at Kansas State University, specializing in producer education. Dr. Rethorst spoke at the KSU Spring Beef Conference about efficiency in cattle production. He spoke on the importance of conservation, eliminating costs, and creating a productive feed yard for producers.
Well, as our population grows, and we're projected to have 9 billion plus people by the year 2050, we've got more mouths to feed. We need to be more efficient, and the amount of land that we have to produce that food worldwide is shrinking as we see urban sprawl and land that 40 years ago was in pasture is now either being farmed or has houses on it. So our available land mass is shrinking, and so we have to be more efficient. And one of my pet peeves, when we lose a calf, we lose all of the natural resources, whether it be grain or hay or pasture or water that it took to develop that calf. And not only to develop that calf from birth to, let's say we lost him at weaning, we've wasted the resources it took to get him from birth to weaning, but we've wasted the resources that it took to get his mom pregnant and to maintain that pregnancy for 9 months. So my point is, we need to get more efficient with our reproductive rates. We need to cut down on our reproductive loss, but we need to cut down on for example, our respiratory disease death loss in the beef industry.
The Beef Cattle Institute was founded August 1, 2007, and enhances the education and value of degrees of KSU students, and increases training opportunities for people working in the beef industry today through research and practical engagement. You can look for them online for more information.
beefcattleinsitute.org. We've got several resources available there. We've got a search engine. We've got newsletters available, and we've got contact information for all of the faculty there at the Beef Cattle Institute. Dr. Thompson, myself, Dr. Reinhardt, Dr. Bartle, all our contact info is there on the website.
Healthy cows start with the new hired hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher. Get the new hired hand for yourself or become a distributor. Visit cowsprayer.com. The new hired hand makes healthy cows easy.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Fairy gardening is now one of the fastest growing hobbies in the country. It is a great way also to introduce your children and grandchildren to the exciting world of plants. Basic fairy gardening is simple, affordable, and may be expanded as your interest grows. Let us help you. Jackson's has the best selection of many plants and accessories in Topeka.
Visit Jackson's and check out our great fairy garden collection. Bring the kids and grandkids too.
Jackson's Greenhouse has what you need today.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Recently, a group of student practitioners held a KSU Spring Beef Conference at the Stanley Stout Center in Manhattan, Kansas. This year's theme was Partners in Production, talking about the importance of establishing the vet-producer relationship. We spoke with Dr. Nels Lindberg, whose professional interests are in feedlot and stocker consulting, equine dentistry, as well as good small animal medicine. Dr. Nels serves and has served on numerous veterinary advisory boards.
The title of my topic is really Independent Veterinary Feedlot Consultant Interaction with Feedlot Managers. That interaction is a crucial relationship that happens in feed yards between us and the feed yard manager and the employees of the feed yard. And every relationship is different based on the feed yard, the manager, their desires, as well as what he needs done in that feed yard. So today I want to visit about those relationships with feed yard managers, the relationships with some of the employees, and some of the strains that can occur on those relationships, some of the positive things that occur with those relationships, and so on and so forth. I want to talk about some of the core values that need to happen to have a great independent feedlot veterinary consultation relationship with a feed yard. Those are some very important values that need to be maintained and trusted and used and put in place to have a good relationship that is, symbiotic for both parties, both the independent feedlot consultant as well as the feed yard manager, his employees, and his customers.
The veterinary practitioner and beef cattle producer relationship is one of the most important aspects of the beef industry. Vets serving beef producers are faced with an ever-increasing rate of change to rise and meet the changing need of producer clients. The establishment of some special sort of relationship is necessary and beneficial to both the client and the vet.
Well, to begin with, really, in terms of that relationship and how things work, it really depends on the operation and what that manager wants. It's crucial that when you're going into an operation and discussing things with them before you really even get started, that you need to find out what their goals are and what they would like to see happen in their operation, what they'd like to get out of you, or what services they need out of you to provide. There are certain situations where that's not totally understood up front, and some managers want more things, more services done than other managers want. And so as a manager, if you're going to entertain those processes and look for an independent feedlot consultant, you really want to have your ducks in a row and what you would like from that consultant. What services would you like? What services does that consultant provide? Not all of us provide the same services that others provide, and there's a vast difference in those sort of scenarios.
As temperatures heat up during the summer, cattle producers need to assess the heat stress that their cattle are under. Typically, pastured cattle are not as susceptible to heat stress as feedlot cattle. Feedlot operators should have a plan to manage heat to not only prevent death loss, but also performance loss from decreased efficiency and feed intake.
Well, number one, right now, this time of year, we're in preparation mode for heat stress. We're early, but we want to be fully prepared for any sort of heat stress events as we come into the summer. How we're going to handle our day logistically through the summer. There's a lot of challenges with dealing with heat in the feed yard, in terms of cattle movements and getting all things done before the heat of the day, so that we minimize stress on these animals. So this time of year, it's all about managing heat stress and getting your workload accomplished and managed before any problems occur, or that you create any undue stress on any animals.
Thank you for watching today's episode about the Beef Conference at Kansas State this spring. For more of Farm Factor, or if you want to view this program again, visit us on www.agaminkansas.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. So have a good day with good luck.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.